Disney adults. This is a subclass of people who have become a massive talking point on the internet as of late. And I truly attribute that to the fact that they have been obnoxiously loud about the fact that they like Disney. A Disney adult is an adult who is a devout fan of the Walt Disney Company, which common hobbies obviously include visiting Disney theme parks, collecting Disney merchandise, cosplaying Disney characters, and consuming a ungodly amount of content on the Disney Plus streaming service. This is a near word-for-word definition from Wikipedia because yes, Disney adults have their own Wikipedia page. That is how frequently and how often this topic is brought about over the past couple of years. Disney adults are devout fans to Disney to an extent where it's an almost religious fervor. So much so that there is so much to talk about, and it's to a point where it has become an absolute rabbit hole, including gang wars, newfound religion, and of course, love. Because who doesn't love a good romance? Which in today's video, that's exactly what we're going to be diving into. So where did the Disney adult trend even start from? Well, according to Wikipedia, the origin and history of Disney adults actually starts all the way back into the 90s. This is when they included an advert in their advertisement that specifically targeted adults promising a world of magic without kids for their Disney World theme park.
Now it's time to take a new look at an old favorite, the Magic Kingdom, the original home of Disney fantasy. You might have warm memories of seeing it with the kids, but come without the kids, and it's a whole different world.
Kind of weird premise, especially since Disney's core audience is children. You can't really make a promise on that because it's a Disney-themed theme park. Parents are going to bring their children. It's whatever. But it really started to take off in the age of Tumblr. Most popular fandoms come from, and most of them are weird. Most of the things that came off of Tumblr were absolutely vapid. We're not gonna even, I'm not even gonna get into how much weird-ish came out of there. Tumblr is believed to be the birthplace of the Disney adult fandom, but more specifically, it's believed to be the birthplace of something called Disney bounding. Which this is the practice of adult visitors dressing in the color palette of their favorite Disney character. Kind of like a cosplay type of thing, except it's actually not, and instead you're just kind of wearing whatever clothes you have. This basically serves as their way to work around the no costumes rule that they have set up for anyone above the age of 14. Because even Disney thinks it's a little weird for adults to show up to their theme parks dressed as their characters that they already have on staff. This no costume rule, by the way, is the bane of the Disney adults.
We're talking about how little girls, it ruins their dreams, but it ruined my dream because I just wanted to be Tinkerbell.
Disney employees gave them free clothes so they could stay, but Spielman, who began the day looking like this, says she spent the rest of her Disney trip feeling like this.
It just broke my heart because I just really wanted to be that, and I just didn't want to take off the costume.
Kind of crazy to be 30 to 40 years old crying because you can't dress up as Quasimodo, so you go out of your way to have his color pattern. Funny though, because a lot of the articles that I found while researching this topic describe it as a way to pay homage to the characters as if they are the Greek pantheon or some ish. People really are out here giving out tithings to Woody from Toy Story. Some Disney adults, however, take it a step further and will do this every day. Would that not be the weirdest conversation to have at a workplace or a family gathering? Because you know that they're waiting for someone just to talk to, so that way they can randomly drop the fact that they're clothes represent the way Moana felt at exactly 1 hour and 10 minutes on the dot. This practice started all the way back in 2011, all thanks to a woman named Leslie Key. Started all of this, of course, on Tumblr. She still does this. She continuously posts mood boards on her social media platforms of different color schemes or different characters. And she, of course, is a Disney adult influencer, which Disney adult influencers are pretty intense, let me tell ya. make another video dedicated on specifically Disney adult influencers, because that's a rabbit hole inside of a rabbit hole. There's a lot to go into with them, so all in due time. The movement really started to pick up, however, after a post in 2019. This was a post that went viral on Facebook, basically just making fun of Disney adults. It was a mother complaining about how a lot of these millennials without children were kind of ruining the Disney experience for them and their family. After this post was made, it was a Disney adult hate wildfire that would go on to spread across the internet. And I get it, right? I'm a hater. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a Disney hater. I've got multiple videos on this channel proving that I'm a Disney hater. I am like the Uncle Ruckus of Disney. The main point of contention a lot of people have against Disney adults is the fact that they are basically worshiping a multi-billion-dollar monopoly, which this seems to be the inspiration behind the way Vought is run in The Boys. If you know what I'm talking about, I just had to drop a Boys reference in here. And also the fact that they seemingly do not care about the absolute deplorable past that Disney has, which I have multiple videos on that, so go check those out if you want to learn how evil Disney is actually. But it's not just the worship of the mouse monopoly, it's to a point where it is a straight up religion. The Disney adults have their own holiday. This is called Dapper Day, which technically is a organization and not so much a holiday, but it basically runs the same way a holiday does. Dapper Day, the company, runs Dapper Day, the event, at Disney twice a year. These events go on to promote a more vintage style of aesthetics and clothing, in which Dapper Day started around 2011, 2012, around there. Also on Tumblr, which seems to be that Tumblr in 2011 were like the patient zero for Disney adults. Back in 2013, they tried to legally claim ownership over the Dia de los Muertos. I know I probably butchered that, by the way, but they tried to claim that holiday by copyrighting it, so that way they could sell merch for the film Coco, which was in production at the time. Which is insane that they were trying to take a national holiday to make merch out of it, but that's not surprising when you look into Disney's horrendous past. Mind you, this is the same company that when a 4-year-old boy died of cancer, they did not allow him to put Spider-Man on his tombstone because they wanted to preserve his magical image. Do what you will with that information. Holidays are not the only thing Disney adults have though, because they also have their own dating apps. The most popular stemming from TikTok, called Meetup on Main.
You know there's a dating site for Disney adults? Yep. No longer are the days where you have to feel alone at the Disney parks, riding rides alone, taking castle selfies alone, pontificating your existence in the universe, and overall just feeling like trash. But finally, your prayers to the Disney gods are answered. Meetup on Main is a dating service aimed exclusively at people who love the Disney parks. So if you love Disney and don't want to experience it alone, check out Meetup on Main and you might find somebody to ride the People Mover with. I'm giving my followers a discount on the first month, so hit that follow button and check my bio for more.
Which, to no shock to anyone, is a Disney-themed meetup website where you can pay up to $90 a year. Because Disney adults absolutely love throwing fucking money at things for some reason.
It's like a lot of people do nowadays, but our story is a little different. It all started on the site Meet Upon Main.
And here's the adorable part. She was Disney bounding as Ariel in her profile pic, and I was Eric.
A match made in heaven, or at least the Magic Kingdom, which is the same thing to us.
And guess what? We still use Meet Upon Main to make friends with other Disney nerds just like us.
In fact, tomorrow, we're meeting up in person with our new Star Wars friends at Batuu.
And it all started with our shared love for Disney. So make your profile at meetuponmain.com today.
There's also another site called Mouse Mingle, but this one's not used as much as Meetup on Main is. Realistically, the only difference between these two websites is Meetup on Main you pay $90, but Mouse Mingle you pay $95. Both of these websites run their servers like they're inscripted into ancient Egyptian hieroglyphs because they just don't fucking work. Which is pretty funny because they're probably making a killing off of the amount of people that are actually on these websites. Probably one of the most outlandish parts about this Disney adult rabbit hole is the existence of Disney adult gang. I'm not joking when I say that either. The Disney adult gangs, or the Disney social clubs, are groups of Disney adults that LARP as motorcycle gangs, which I just Like, why? What's the point of this exactly? These are actual joinable clubs, which each different club has different membership requirements and different rules to follow. And of course, you have to adhere to the park guidelines. The clubs vary in size, but there are about 200 of them. The most popular of these being the Jungle Cruisers, the Hitchhikers, the Hidden Mickeys, which really stupid fucking name for someone that's LARPing as a biker group, but hey, I'm not gonna judge. And of course, Walt's Misfits. They'll have their own jackets, their own logos, their own mascots, all of that fun jazz. The jackets usually having lots of pins and the wearer's name on it. This wild-ass phenomenon started all the way back in 2012, which, like I said, it seems like this is just the patient zero year of Disney adults, which is also the exact same year everyone thought the world was ending, so it's kind of funny that the Disney adults were just like, that Mayan calendar thing is telling me the world's ending. I'm gonna start a Disney gang. Anyways, the Neverlanders, which kind of a dope name by the way, were thought to be the first patched social club in the scene. They were actually beat out by just a couple months by the Black Death Crew, which that's a hella edgy name for a Disney theme park motorcycle club. It's almost worse, honestly, in my opinion, to name yourself something edgy when you're just going to Disneyland. Like, why would you do that? Of course, having gangs run wild in your park inevitably means that there will be blood on the streets. And blood on the streets there was, just not in the way you're probably thinking. In 2017, a lawsuit occurred by one John Sarno, who claimed in the suit that he was bullied and terrorized by members of the White Rabbit Social Club. Also kind of a banger name, not gonna lie. I'd ride with that logo on my back all fucking day. He claims that the members partook in cyberbullying, defamation, invasion of medical privacy, infliction of emotional distress, and making his wife lose her job. He claimed that this happened due to an incident in 2015 when the White Rabbits approached him in the park demanding $500 in protection fees. Denied to give them the money. They ended up cyberbullying him through podcasts, which, just side note, there's Disney adult podcasts. I mean, I don't doubt if there's Disney adult influencers. Like, what's happening here? Are the White Rabbits hopping on Joe Rogan's podcast to call your mom fat? And they also did this on other social media, visited by Disney adult participants and Disney club members. But, I mean, that's like every in social media, they're literally everywhere. But they try to make him and his wife look like drug addicts because they leaked a bunch of medical information and it was pretty bad. It's crazy. Like, a Disney motorcycle club LARPer goes on podcasts, says that you like DreamWorks more than you do Disney, frames you as a drug addict, and your wife loses her job all because of it. What kind of sick world do we live in, man? Disney also has an official club. I think it's like Club 33 or something. I don't remember what it's called. It's really weird, really expensive to try and get into, but Disney really likes milking people for their money, so it's not all that surprising. Overall, Disney adults are just weird people. They really like throwing their money at Disney all day and every day. Because Disney adults also go to the Disney theme parks almost every day. Disney influencers also go there just about every day. Which, I'm gonna be honest with you, right? I've been dragged to Disneyland multiple times on multiple occasions throughout my life. I've been to Disneyland a lot. I fucking hate it. I don't understand the appeal. The food is really expensive and you don't get a lot of it. The water is really expensive and you don't get a lot of it. The rides fucking suck. There's only like 3 good rides. It's hot. You're surrounded by a bunch of people continuously, and if you don't buy the fast passes, you're stuck in line for hours. If you enjoyed this video, please go ahead and leave a like. Please go ahead and subscribe and comment down below. Let me know what you think. Shout out to all of my members for being the most magical people on the planet. And if you want to join in to get some of the best benefits and perks you possibly can on YouTube, you can do that for only $5 a month. And for those $5, you get everything on this list that is listed, so why don't you go ahead and do that right now, because I know you would want to. Currently, me and all my members are making Squammy-Land. It'll be a theme park where you can go squam with your chums, and it'll be really great. $5 a ticket, and it's free for kids. You can throw them in the pit, so that'll be nice. Anyways, if you like this video, please go and check out my other Disney videos, because I have multiple Disney videos. And if that's not your thing, I have other videos on this channel that are not Disney related, so why don't you go ahead and check them out, because I thought they're pretty good. So